Right, but I can't go by what someone else. I have to do my own work. So
oh, really? Yeah. Because I find it strange because everybody else has been just tag noting onto the little stuff that they see in the computer, and they have. This is why I said I record it because everybody had me painted out like I'm this bad guy when I'm not. This is the bed I brought. My son's bed is still in here. I just put it up because we don't have no space. They made me buy a bed. My son don't need a bed. It's only been him and me and my daughter since birth. This is where I lived at for.
So you guys have been sharing a bed?
Oh, me and my son? Why my son can't sleep in this big bed with me?
No, I'm asking you why do you think that he doesn't need a bed? Is it because you guys have been sharing one?
I've lived with my son, and from birth, I had my son here. Where am I going? Is it but so much space here? You seriously to say he has to have a bed?
Well, the safest thing would be for every child to have their own bed.
This is nuts that he had on his back. The safest thing would be for every child to have a bed. Why is that? I don't have a boyfriend. It's me and my kids.
Because when we get it, whatever the case is, no matter who the family is, whenever we get a case, every child really should have their own bed, unless it's economically a problem or space problem, or a space issue, or does he have his own room?
It's a space issue. This is a 1-bedroom. I've been here since I moved here. I'm a Section 8 tenant, and you go by their guidelines. And if they did say you're not to have 3 bedrooms, you don't have 3 bedrooms. And I think everybody knows that by law.
When was that?
That picture?
Yeah.
Anthony,
October 27th.
They need to talk to you.
And how often do you get visitation? Is it every weekend, or is it?
Now it's down to October 27th. Now it's down to 2 days. I pick him up Wednesday from school, and I have him on Saturdays.
So, when you saw this, did you call the police, or what did you do?
No, I took pictures. It's just recently somebody told me to call the police and take my son to the ER.
How do you exchange him with his dad? Like, do you go to a precinct or?
Yeah, that's not working.
Which precinct do you go to?
113. Them same fools right there. They know me. He drives around with my son without a car seat on a regular basis. My son has
Have you seen that, or does your son say that?
Stop.
No, my son tells us. He's told us other people drives around him without a car seat, but I videotaped it. And the company work van. They know, the courts know, it was put in their notes that the father drives around with
Which
my
company
son.
does he work for?
Uptown Communication and Electric. It's a subcontracting company for Time Warner.
Okay.
And he had my son in there without a car seat. He lied and said, I didn't know what I was talking about. I'm going crazy. But my son tells, because I teach him, you're not supposed to drive. I don't drive with my son without a car seat. So much going on with this case and people not doing it. Oh, here we go. And look, and my son is not in the car seat, Miss Hayes, and I got yes, Miss Hayes. And look, and my son is not in the car seat, Miss Hayes, and I got yes, Miss Hayes. Not supposed to. And that's how the supervisor did it. So it's in the court paperwork that he drives around with my son without a car seat.
And so what did the judge say about that?
They said I was lying. And that's why
They didn't let you submit the video.
And he hear me say, I say it all the time. I have a video audio to show my son being driven around without a car seat.
Get off of me.
I told him that. So now, too small.
Yeah, you always fall.
These are not other wingworms, and this is in October. I'm going to show you his face.
So what was the treatment that Dr. Witherspoon gave you?
He has to take a cream and he has to take almost, yeah, but he's allergic to antibiotics. So you have to be very careful with my son because he had these, and that picture was taken in the precinct. He's allergic to a lot of stuff. Well, to that brand of antibiotics. So you have to be careful with him. He has had these body rashes his father gave him, and that's from being allergic to something that you not know. Amoxicillin. But he says penicillin. He don't know what my son is allergic to because he didn't raise my son. I raised my son. Dr. Lewis will tell you, on all the paperwork, it's been me. It's always been me from birth. I take care of my kids. So, with that being said,
Well, let's see if he's willing to.
Get him.
this is the father had him where his head was bust open. We couldn't explain. You're gonna
And
hear
when
about.
was this? Oh, September.
You're gonna hear about the cigarette burn. I used to smoke, and we was in the park playing, and his foot got stuck in the swing and taking him out. Before I could tell him don't shake too much because I had the cigarette still in my mouth, I didn't throw it away. He burnt himself.
Come on, Bobby.
My son will tell you, he tried to help my daughter curl her hair with her bumpers. He burnt his fingers. He touched the curlers. I was plugged up my curlers to do my hair one time in the bathroom. He burnt himself. So he'll tell you.
Well, I said it's happened.
Come on,
Yeah, but no, they make it seem like I'm unfit. I'm very animate about my kids. I raised my daughter by myself. So for him
We're
to
not.
get-
I mean, we're not saying otherwise.
Oh, it's been put on paper in your system, and I know you've seen it. And I had to write the mail about some code somebody put in. I'm not fit to take care of 2 kids. Why I'm not? Nobody knows what I do for a living, so you can't tell me I'm unfit to take care of my kids. I'm fit,
nowhere.
very fit.
We're not over here.
See?
Can you tell us why you're scared,
Look, she's talking to you.
Jarrell?
Prince Anthony, if you don't talk, it don't help.
Does he prefer Prince Anthony?
Yeah, well, either or. We so call him Prince Anthony.
Okay.
Most people call him Prince Anthony because that's
Look,
what I've
she's
always
talking
called
to
him
you.
from birth.
You're gonna go back in the room. They're not taking you.
Are you shy? We're not going to take
When
you
we
anywhere.
leave, we'll
We
leave
just
it
wanna
alone,
talk to you.
okay? So, okay? We promise that.
And this is how he gets.
You don't have to leave your sister's side. You can just
You
look
can
at
sit
us?
there and talk to us. Can you talk to us?
Come on. Look. They're not gonna take you.
Just look at us. No?
I shouldn't have
Well, we
to do
can't
this.
force him. If he doesn't want me,
Yeah.
if you let him go, he's not gonna.
You can't. I mean, at this supervised visit, he asked me at the supervised visit.
How old is he now? 5?
But he's been talking since 1.5. So I trained him.
Oh no, I'm not
early.
saying he's not talking. We're just trying to.
He asked why is it that he can't come home with his sister? Why is he living with his dad? He don't like living there. But she said my son can't talk. My son's been talking.
Who
Who
said?
said
it?
the worker said it?
The psychologist. And that's why when I go to Sue, she has the answer for that video. Another psychologist that did the supervised
Oh, so these
visit.
supervised visits are with the psychologist? Oh, okay.
That's
That was,
correct.
it was ordered from the court?
Yeah, but they're not. They're supposed to be evaluating my relationship with my son. But when you putting in these things because you're not putting everything, the father come late, he don't bring him, and I made notation of that. So the lady got mad. That's why they're not doing supervised visits no more.
Is he in school?
He's in daycare. He's 5. State law requires him to be in school. Medical neglect, educational neglect, and mental and emotional abuse.
And so right now, because since the concerns were that he comes to you with bruises and stuff, obviously I see the pictures that you have and everything, and I'm sure there was some ACS cases, because I know there was ACS was involved just like 2 months ago, right? With Mr. Brown?
Mhm.
Oh, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'd have to speak with him, and he needs to speak. What would be the best way, do you think, that we can engage him and talk to him where he's going to feel comfortable? Or is he always going to be like
Who,
this?
my son?
Yeah.
I don't know. He was fine before you got here.
Mhm.
You know, he's playing with my other cousin, little cousin that's here. He's normal when he's not. You know,
Mhm.
when he know he have to go to his dad. He people that's he's been through this process a long period of time. He know what y'all coming here to ask him. The father and them beat him and tell him he better not tell. He's told it, and you see, as I asked him, they're telling you not to tell because they know my son talk. My thing with my kids from when they were small, if anybody do anything, you tell me, I'm gonna beat them out. I'm gonna take care of that problem. You don't have to worry about nothing. To tell my son to get dressed, he has to go with them people. Do you want to see how he would respond? He's gonna
We
cry.
saw that. We saw that.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna see it actually. For me to tell my son, okay, Prince Anthony, you have to go with me to see this lady because she's gonna have to try to help you. My son don't want to get dressed. He didn't want to brush his teeth. Nothing. This is absurd.
Is he in any counseling?
My son, the father, on their paperwork Niggas Day, they said, the father said no. And this is my paperwork. I have my history with them. They put the case underneath my maiden name. How you get a case underneath my maiden name? It wasn't until I wrote the mayor, after the fact of me getting this case closed, they started putting the case underneath my married name.
Oh, so you guys are married?
You got that through court?
I asked for the state hearing.
Wow.
Yeah, because ACS score just said inadequate guardianship.
Well,
the
that's
school
just
sprained
That's just a
dislocation.
report. That doesn't mean it's true. Well,
That's what they went on. That's how my case was developed.
No, I'm just saying when a case comes in like this is how it looks, but this doesn't, just because it's an allegation doesn't mean it's true.
Well, this is what they went on. You understand me? This is how they claimed they had a case. Medical records. I went and got my kids' medical records when my mother-in-law made this false report. Nothing wrong with my kids. I had the medical records. I'm not an unfit mother.
How long
When he coming? When he
We don't even really know
Doesn't
each other. I've been married now. My son is 5, probably 6 years. I got married before I had my son. We didn't know each other. He don't know me. But because I was messing around, I had another kid, I'm too old to be out there in the street. So let me do what I thought was right.
Mm-hmm.
But marrying him brought a whole world of problems to me. It's just vicious maliciousness. He don't want to. I got a cassette tape where you could hear he threatened to murder me days before that report was done, before I got arrested. He was at my job. And it's funny because when he said I wasn't at my job, but he came to my job to take the family car that was supposedly and put all my stuff on the curb to my job.
Have you had an order of protection against him?
Yep, they took it away. It was taken away twice.
Oh,
That's not active.
No, I'm getting ready to go back and
What
try
about
to
the
get
other way?
another.
Does he have one against you?
He trying to get one against me.
So the police are outside because there's a court order that you have to give him back?
That's what he said.
Are they still out there?
I don't know. I'm gonna call my pastor. I'm gonna call the Civil Liberty Union.
Do you have a visitation order?
Yep, I do. It's right here.
I'm scared.
Oh, so this was given earlier this month.
Mm-hmm.
It's Saturday. Oh,
Oh, so he was supposed to go back on Saturday.
Okay.
So you haven't been to court? Well, obviously you didn't go
I
to
thought
court
the court.
today.
Yeah, I thought the courts was closed today.
Oh, so you were gonna go to court to say
Yeah,
that
I'm
you didn't
gonna-
want to go back?
Yep, and I'm
wait
taking
till
my.
Wednesday.
Yeah, because they're gonna be closed tomorrow.
Yeah, but of course, I guess now I'm gonna end up being locked up in the process, right? That's what's gonna
We don't
happen.
know. We don't know what's gonna happen with that.
Yeah, because I gotta protect my son. I gotta protect my son.
Well, usually if they come to ask for your son, I don't know that they are gonna arrest you. They just take the child back to the custodial parent.
Well,
I mean,
why am I-
anything can happen. I don't know. I
Has
don't
this
work
happened
for the-
before
for the
where
police.
one of you then refused to give the kid back to the other one?
What do you mean?
Has this kind of situation happened before where the police came and said, no, you gotta bring him back?
Oh no, they came here, but one officer said I was supposed to turn him over. My lawyer said no, my son is being abused. So I did what I was supposed to do. Just like I made the call and made the report, I did that. My son was sexually abused in February. And my son tells, 2011? And my son said the foster little girl over there that they kept saying is not there, but now this is my husband's alleged sister, touched my son weekend booty, and another niece, which is my son's cousin. My son talks. He tells everything. I brought it to the attention. They came here. The first set of officers that came here told me, don't turn my son over to him. Leave my son here. The other second officers that came from, just like they did the other night from the father house, told me I had to turn my son over to him. Y'all supposed to protect and serve these kids.
And was
Just like-
ACS involved at that time?
ACS was called. They didn't do too much or nothing. From what I hear, this is why I say the piggyback riding stuff. They look at the prior stuff that's been going on. Everything you put in your report is false. Nobody's checked nothing. They didn't check the father's criminal record. I had to make a big fuss about that.
So what has he been arrested for?
Drugs, guns, curriculum manslaughter, intimidating a witness. Same crap he's doing to me, trying to intimidate me so I don't take my son. His thing is if I get my son, he gonna murder me. Nobody did nothing. I have it on audio. I have a cassette tape of this. And I'm gonna keep pushing forward.
So my suggestion is whether he stays now or he goes back and comes back for visits, if he has a mark on him, the day you see the mark, you have to call the police right then and there. Because right now, if he doesn't have any marks and bruises, they can't do anything about it.
But
You know what I mean?
they haven't done anything. I tell you, I have pictures of my son at the 113 precinct where I asked them, "This is okay?" My son eye was messed up. My son eye was swollen. The knots on his head.
What did they say?
They not getting involved. They can't get involved. Go back to court. You
Have
supposed
you
to
spoken to a
protect.
supervisor there? 'Cause that
Yes,
doesn't-
I got.
Sergeant?
They nasty. I had to complain. I had to call internal affairs. Like, I shouldn't have to go through these drastic measures. This is your job.
Yeah.
You pick and
I agree
choose.
with you. Sherelle, can you speak to us? We just want to see if you're hurt. Can you show us like his back and his arms and stuff?
Sure, come, Poppy. They're gonna do a body check. Come on, let's do a body check.
My mom's gonna do it. Which one?
Come on, friend. Let her do the body check. Come on, please. They just gonna look at you. I'm gonna do it. So they can look at your chest. You know what the body check is, right?
You can do it from there.
Come on. Lift your arm. Come on. No?
Did they check in last night?
Not last night, the night before. Yeah,
Oh,
he
it
was
was the night
sleeping, and
before.
as he was sleeping,
The
I
other
took
worker
him.
is the nighttime worker, so yeah.
Yeah, they saw him. The hospital saw him. Nothing on him.
Okay.
But he just completely, you see what's going on, and he said, no, and this is hard. Because now I don't know what to do, because I'm not trying to go to jail. I still got her here, even though she's 16, and there's other family members that can intervene.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to protect my son.
So if that does happen, I'm not saying that it's going to, because I don't know if that's true or not. Who will watch your daughter?
I got family members. That's a cousin. She grown.
Oh, okay.
As long as you have someone.
We have to ask.
No, oh no, we come from a close knit family. That's why I said I'm not gonna. But I forgot she was home from work.
Mhm.
We don't do stuff like this. We don't have these issues.
Mhm.
We don't, and this don't make no sense. It's too long. Nobody's doing their job. It's a serious problem.
I mean, we're gonna follow up on the concerns. I'm not saying that
I
what
heard
you're saying is invalid. I know you've heard it before, but we're gonna work together and we're gonna see what we can do for you.
And I have to tell him, Prince Anthony, you have to go to your dad. So you can hear me saying he has to go to his father. You're gonna have to get dressed, and mommy's gonna have to take you to your daddy.
Does he have a law guardian?
He don't do nothing. Yeah, his name is Eric Beef Permutter. He just told me when I was in court on the 7th, my son just started talking to him. You see, they don't think. When my son meets different people or see different people, he comes back and tells. You know, he's told that his father has had a shootout at his house. Somebody came there to shoot at the father's house. He told us recently the father was in a car accident, that the car got hit from behind. The father took him straight to daycare. He didn't take him to go get checked out or nothing.
So he only talks to people he's comfortable talking to.
Basically, yeah. But once you get him to rolling and he talking and he start asking you a whole bunch of questions, you're gonna tell him go somewhere. And the thing is, it's always why. He's gonna keep going until he gets a definite answer that's comfortable for him.
So maybe if he goes, like if he's in because I know right now he's in distress, he might think that we're taking him away.
You know, he gotta go back to his dad.
So
It's my hands, and I told him my hands are tied.
So we're just gonna have to find a place where we can interview him, where he's gonna feel more comfortable. Maybe right now and today isn't the best time, but maybe later on this week after the new year, I can go out to his daycare or something like that, where he's gonna feel comfortable.
My son, he pays
Does he
attention.
know that? Well, that's
He looks
not
out the window. We look. That's the first thing before we answer, because we don't answer our doorbell. As you can see, we don't have a peephole.
Mm-hmm.
If we're not expecting people to come here, and that's what their thing was, I'm so distorted when I go. Nobody comes to my house. I don't have no friends out here. My family and friends that come to my house is, hey, I'm coming to your house. All right, what time you coming here? So I know to listen. When that bell ring, I know to go to my door.
Check.
Other than that, I don't do that, especially with the history with the father. I'm not from over here. Today, my neighbor just told me, somebody standing across the street from my house looking over here. These are issues. My other neighbor could tell you across the street. My husband used to ride and drive through my block. My son would tell you. He'd tell when he come on visits. My daddy was there by your house today. My daddy was by your house. What are you doing over here?
Yeah. Does he live close by?
Yeah, 167 and 111 is right there. I shouldn't have to live like this. I can't be like this with my kids, but I'm not gonna live in fear either.
How old is that? Is that a
This is from Saturday.
okay?
And they talked to my son without me intervening or anything. My son sat at the
And he spoke
computer
back to
playing.
them?
Yes, we recorded it. I recorded it. My daughter recorded it. He laughed, he joked, he jumped around in here while the police officers was here. I have the video. My son sat on the computer table.
Was there an upcoming court date anyway or not?
February 23rd.
And what was that for? They just want to check in,
They-
to be going type of thing.
They claim I'm only on. I'm going through this trial period about him between my order protection and his order protection. They talking about they gotta make the decision on the order protection first, and in the process, I could die, my son could die.
So right now there's no active order of protection.
Nope. They know they screwed up because when I went to apply for my first order protection, I applied for me and my 2 kids, and I have the original paper.
Okay, I mean the case is brand new, so you know.
Well, let me ask you this: why am I the subject of this?
Oh, okay. Of this report, well, it's saying that this has happened in the past and that you haven't done anything to prevent it, or you haven't not
That's
to
what the
prevent
report
it.
says,
I'm
isn't
sorry. Anyone can make allegations.
That's
So the
the
report
problem.
says that this has
Anybody can
happened in the
report.
past and nothing was done about it. So that's what's being investigated. I mean, you're the subject and he's the subject as well because it's saying that he's beating him. So
And I report this, so I report my son's fault. So for somebody to say I don't report, I explain to them he never raised my kids. I raised my kids. My husband stayed here. He was out in the street. My daughter's there. She could tell you. I work 2 jobs. I work for the state of New York, and then I work for not-for-profit for what I do. I went to work, pick up my kids, and came back home. I always had time for my kids, but I'm doing it by myself, like if I'm a single parent. The only thing is I'm legally married.
yeah.
That's it. Everything else is I'm a single mother. I'm a single person.
Mm-hmm.
So to do for my kids, I did for my kids. I did what I needed to do because he took the car. He didn't want me to work. Her mom could vouch for that. That was a big argument. He didn't want me to work after I had my son. I'm not that type of person. I work 2 and 3 jobs because I know I have a certain lifestyle that I'm accustomed to living, and I want my kids to have.
Did you guys live here together?
He stayed here. He couldn't live here because I learned he was a 2-time felon. And when I asked him about
the
that,
so you
Section
couldn't
8,
put him in
right.
a household company. Right.
no, but he was I had asked him because I worked the 2 jobs, and I'm doing it by myself. Can he be here to keep my kids? Yeah, they said he could stay here to babysit my kids, but
They
that's what
can't
it was.
live. Yeah. Right.
His thing was, and I got the application to show he was supposed to get an apartment for us. But he lied on the application too because his criminal history comes up when
Was
they
he-
do the background check.
Even though he wasn't living here, was he ever helping? Was he helping financially?
No. I just told you I worked 2 jobs. I had got a 3rd job.
And he doesn't. Oh well, he works now, but he wasn't
He
working
don't
at the
make
time.
Yeah, he's been on that job since he's been on parole. He was locked up when my son was.
He's still
3
on
or 4 months.
parole.
He
How
maxed out
long was he in jail? How long was he in prison?
5 years.
No, but you said he was already.
When my son 4 months.
Okay.
I had the paperwork. I had the feds picked up the case because of the gun. I had to sign for them to go on and share my check. I have all the paperwork to show. I had to get unemployment because my job put me on leave until they figured the ACS case was going to go away. They didn't do whatever they needed to do to submit to my job for me to go back to work, so my job let me resign. I had to fight for my unemployment.
Because it was a government job?
Yeah, state of New York, LIDDSO, mental health, developmental disability. So then in the process, that's why I was like, he can't tell you anything about me. I got hired for the Board of Education. He don't know that. I had to go down to the Board of Ed in the process of me working. I had just got that job.
Are you working now?
Yeah, but I'm on leave because of Sandy. I couldn't go back to work. So I'm trying to, I just applied for social service the 11th of this month to see if they can help me so I can get back situated so I can go back to my job. I work out in Long Island. There's no jobs here locally.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, so I work that way because I know I keep a job in my field.
Mm-hmm.
You okay?
Yeah. You want to go on the computer?
Okay, so we're gonna go for now, and then I'll contact you Wednesday because we're off tomorrow to see, I guess, what transpired. If you're gonna go to court.
Oh, I'm going to court. I didn't think the courts was open today because
Yeah,
you know
they're
everything was
open.
going to close because it's
Yeah.
leave. So what's going to happen with my son? Because I'm not trying to go to jail with my kids. I already been in jail for something was unnecessary. You know.
Right. Well, I mean, if the police are showing up to your door with an order and they're asking for your son, my suggestion would be is to give them, because then that is, I guess, grounds for you getting arrested. We don't
And
work with
this
the
also
police. so-
say
Court order.
I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do to protect my son, right?
That's not a court order, though. That's just
Yeah,
an
that's just an
investigation.
investigation. That's just informing you that there's an investigation and you're the subject of the report, as is the father. He's also a subject of the report.
Problem is, court
At this
order always
time.
trumps
Yeah.
Even anything we would ever do, if a judge says the opposite, like, we always have to go along with what the judge says,
Yeah. So
even if you disagree with it. The best you can do is go back to court and refile another petition. You know.
so you have my
Prince
number.
Anthony, you have to go with your dad because mommy can't get arrested. I gotta take care of your sister too. You have to go with your father.
They still there?
No, I just heard a car. That's what made me look. So come on, let me get you dressed.
Well, it's not with us. It's with the police. So
Yeah, we can't take him
We
to
can't
his
take him.
father.
So what's gonna happen when my son is going through these convulsions?
The recommendation that I can make is Wednesday, go to court and let them know what's going on and try to file like a modification. Because
You know,
if he's not, we can take him if he's unsafe. Right now he's not unsafe. And this is like a custody battle. It's not a neglect or abuse at this time because we don't see that he has any marks or bruises on him.
but even it's been neglect.
So we can't do
it's been
incident-
you
abuse.
can only
I
go by
know,
what we see right now.
Yeah.
you know, everybody keeps saying that, but what?
It's what it is. It's about, it's.
So like if you have visitation next weekend and he has marks and bruises, we could do something at that time. But we can't remove him now from his father's care because right now we don't see that he's being abused or neglected. But if you were to call me next weekend or call the police and he has something on him, that's a different story.
The
'Cause then at
safety is
that-
always immediate.
But he's not safe. This is what we've
No,
been
right now
saying.
he's safe.
Yeah, because I have him, and
Right.
evidently whatever's going on over there, he didn't want to go back.
Right.
So you telling me it would literally take for something detrimental to happen to my son in order for you to remove him? That's crazy. That is crazy.
Well, if we were to remove him, it would be illegal on our part because ACS can only remove children when they're in immediate danger. Right now, he's home and he's with you. He's not in danger.
But he's been in immediate danger. Where I have had several ACS workers and nobody done nothing for my son.
I mean, I can't really talk about what other workers have
Okay,
done. I
but
can only
everybody
go by
says the
what-
same thing. But this has been going on for how long now? You know, my kids ask me for answers. You see, he don't want to go. He's gonna ask why. I don't have an answer to give to my son. But what? Because of a court order? Because somebody lied and nobody did their job to investigate? Nobody. They made the report, and you say that's just what they put in their paperwork.
Yeah,
That's how they
and-
put it up. That's wrong.
The other part is that if we do remove him, we'd have to go in front of a judge and say why we removed him, and they have to agree or not. At this time, the judge is ordering for him to go to his father. We can't do anything about that.
And y'all never show up at court. Not once. Y'all sent paperwork. Y'all never showed up at court.
We're not supposed to.
Yeah,
No.
Since when?
We're not supposed
If
to.
I have an ACS case,
No, if we're filing against you, we show up to court because we would be petitioning. But if the court is ordering for us to write a report, we write the report and we submit it to the court, and then it's distributed to the attorneys.
and then y'all submit false accusations and inaccurate stuff.
Can't.
I can show you some
it's
stuff.
illegal for us to submit
Oh, really?
inaccurate.
I got an ACS worker. What's her name? Carrero. She submitted that. I said, I think school is a joke. I don't take school serious. My baby's in a lead class. Always been on the honor roll. Gifted intelligent program. I raised him by myself. How do I think school is a joke? I got letters from principals, guidance counselors, teachers, PTA coordinators that know me. Nothing. So there's no fact for nothing. I'm agitated when you come to my door. Yeah, I don't have a peek hole to look at my door. I don't have friends. Not here in Queens. So nobody comes to my house. So yeah, I am distorted when you come here. I'm not on no
Someone
drugs.
said that you were just, one of the workers said you were distorted.
Several of them.
Distorted?
Yeah, I'm distorted. Like, I'm agitated. I'm unbalanced. Like, I'm on a defense. You gotta think, I'm talking about my kids here. I'm very adamant about my
We
kids.
understand.
No, other people forget they're human. Because if it was your kid, what would you do? You can't give your kids no answers. What would you do? So I guess I'm gonna have to fight with my son and take him to the prison, right?
I mean, that's your decision to make. We
That's
can't-
my decision.
He wants you to stay with him. Say, excuse me, baby.
Father, you have to go. So you're not gonna be able to play with Jada. You have to go to your dad. You have to. You want mommy to get in trouble?
So I'll call you Wednesday morning and see, I guess, what has happened and if you're gonna go to court. And I'll take it from there. Because the court will probably order another.
Oh, they're gonna do another CLI. It's several of them I had written, and several of them inaccurate and false.
Well, I apologize for whatever frustrations you've had with our agency, but I'm gonna try to do everything I can to help you.
You took the job for a reason. That's just like me and my field. I took my job for a reason, to make a difference. And these people is just like a check to them, you know? The kids you need to save, you're not saving. The kids that don't need to be saved, you're destroying. It's unfair. And I'm quite sure I'm not the only one. But it has to stop. It really has to stop.
At the same time, but I kept it free. You do it, okay?
Yeah, he's comfortable with his cousin.
Very well, fluently.
Okay.
No, don't go yet. Don't go yet. Come back. Don't go yet.
And they check for food.
I don't have to go.
Check. I mean, I got my recycle, but it's too many. I use my recycle stuff. That's not put under my rice and beans.
Don't go.
And stuff.
I'm not gonna be able to help her.
And,
Sorry?